Hi guys, my name is Dr. Lee Sung. Welcome to my YouTube channel. What if I told you the supplement sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now might not be doing what you think it's doing? Or worse, it might be doing nothing at all. Yet millions of men are taking it every single day, without ever knowing the truth behind it. Supplements, they're everywhere. In fact, as men get older, especially after 60, it becomes almost normal to take 2, 3, sometimes even 4 different supplements daily, hoping to fix sleep, energy, joints, or in many cases, prostate problems. But here's the real question. Can supplements actually help an enlarged prostate, or are we just hoping they do? Let's talk about it, slowly, clearly, and based on real science. First, we need to understand the condition itself. Benign prostate enlargement, or BPH, is extremely common. By the age of 80, almost 8 out of 10 men will have it. And it doesn't just sit there silently. It shows up as a weak urine stream, difficulty starting urination, stop-start flow, feeling like the bladder is never fully empty, and frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. And sometimes that sudden urgency where you feel like you can't hold it anymore. It affects sleep, confidence, and daily life. So it's no surprise people look for natural solutions, something safer, something easier, like supplements. But here's something important most people don't realize. Supplements are not standardized like medications. They are plant-based extracts, which means what you get in one bottle may not be the same as another, even if the label looks identical. Studies have shown huge variation in active ingredients across brands, some with barely any active compound at all, and others with high concentrations. So already, consistency becomes a problem. Now let's talk about how these supplements are supposed to work. Most of them aim at a few key pathways: reducing inflammation in the prostate, affecting growth signals that make prostate cells multiply, or influencing hormones like DHT, which is involved in prostate enlargement. Interestingly, some prescription medications target these same pathways, but in a controlled and much stronger way. Now, starting with the most famous one, Saw Palmetto. This is probably the most studied supplement for prostate health. It comes from a small berry-like fruit, and early research looked very promising, even appearing in major medical journals. That created a lot of excitement, but when larger, longer, and better quality studies were done, the results became much clearer. In multiple randomized trials, there was no meaningful difference between Saw Palmetto and placebo. No improvement in urine flow, no consistent reduction in symptoms, and no significant change in prostate size. Even when doses were increased, the results stayed the same. And when all the studies were combined together in large reviews, the conclusion remained unchanged. No strong evidence of benefit. Still, it is generally safe, and some people do report feeling better, but that improvement may often be due to placebo effect, where the brain itself influences symptom perception. Next, Pygeum extract. This comes from the bark of an African cherry tree, and some short-term studies showed improvements like reduced nighttime urination and slightly better urine flow. But the problem is, these studies were short, small, and not very consistent. So while there may be mild benefit, we don't have strong long-term confirmation. Then we have pumpkin seed extract. This one gets a lot of attention online. It may have anti-inflammatory effects, possible hormone-related effects, and may even relax bladder muscles. Some studies show symptom improvement over months. But when you look at objective measures like urine flow or prostate size, the results are mixed. So it may help how symptoms feel, but doesn't consistently change the underlying condition. Next is Beta-Sitosterol, a plant compound found in many foods. It has shown some improvement in urinary flow and symptom scores, but again, without significant changes in prostate size, so it may help symptoms, but not the actual enlargement itself. Then there's stinging nettle. Often used in combination supplements, it may interact with hormone pathways and inflammation, and some combination studies show benefit over longer periods. But by itself, evidence is limited, and it can interact with medications like blood thinners, diabetes drugs, and diuretics. So caution is important. Finally, lycopene, found in tomatoes and watermelon. It's a powerful antioxidant and may help reduce inflammation. But there are no strong randomized trials showing clear benefit when used alone for prostate enlargement. So evidence here remains uncertain. So when we put everything together, what do we actually learn? Most supplements may slightly improve symptoms for some people. But when tested in high-quality scientific studies, the results are inconsistent and often no better than placebo. That doesn't mean people don't feel better. Some absolutely do. But the biological effect is not as strong or reliable as many believe. So what's the takeaway? Supplements can be safe in many cases, and they may help certain individuals feel some improvement. But they are not a guaranteed treatment for prostate enlargement, and they should never replace proper medical evaluation when symptoms are significant, because untreated prostate issues over time can affect bladder function, and that can become a long-term problem. At the end of the day, the goal is simple: better sleep, better comfort, better quality of life, whether that comes from lifestyle changes, medication, or procedures when needed. The important thing is choosing what actually works, not just what sounds natural. If you found this helpful, consider following for more evidence-based breakdowns on men's health, and share it with someone who is dealing with urinary symptoms and still wondering if supplements are the answer